What is going on, guys? Kamon here. Today I'm going to bring you guys a Phantom Knight deck profile. Yo, this deck is sick. This deck is sick. So a few things. First things first, this is not the Horus build, right? I do not have all of the Horus cards. I kind of think the cards are kind of overhyped and overpriced at the moment. Same thing like with the SP Little Knight, whatnot, you know what I mean? But obviously I have that because in the thumbnail. But yeah, other than that, yeah, there's just going to be like a... This going to be a adventure PK version of it. You know what I mean? When I get the horror stuff, I will update this deck to that because I feel like that is an also good build. But I like this build too. So let's get into it. I'm showing you guys. Oops, the main deck, extra, and side. That's what I got a side. And I gotta admit, bro, this build's pretty solid. I'm gonna be honest. This is one of those decks where now that I feel like it got even better now that a Rise Heart is not here. You know what I mean? Because we can utilize the graveyard. Obviously, you watch out for Shifter, but it's like, that's it. That's not forever. Shifter is only for like a turn or two. You know what I mean? So anyways, let's get to it. Main deck, obviously, 3 Torn Scales. 3 of best card in the entire deck. Literally, this extends for a lot of stuff. And yeah, once it's in the graveyard, you can bring it back, etc., etc. We all know what Torn Scales does. When this card first came out, man, I'm like, yo, this card is so sick. Literally any 2 cards is a full combo in this deck. So like, what he does, he can Foolish Burial any Phantom Knight card from your deck straight to the graveyard. And then if it's in the graveyard, if a Phantom Knight card is banished while he's in the graveyard, you can send him to your field. So yeah, we don't really care too much about Bestials or anything like that because like we can like dodge like the Bestials and the DD Crows, etc., etc. So we're sorry for that. So yeah, 3 Torn Scale. Next with the 3 Torn Scale, I guess just do all the Phantom Knights in general. 3 Torn Scale, 3 Silent Boots, 2 Ancient Cloak, 1 Ragged Gloves, and the 1 Stained Greaves. I still like this ratio for everything. I think it's really good. So Foolish Burials and summon itself from the graveyard. Summon itself for free if you control a Phantom Knight monster. And searches for a Phantom Knight spell and trap card once in the graveyard. Makes a monster gain a hit or attack. And then search for any other Phantom Knight monsters in the graveyard. This is a Foolish Burial. Also, when you exceed with this, the monster will gain 1,000 attacks, so keep that in mind. And what he does, if a Phantom Knight monster is summoned while he's in your hand, you can summon to your field. Then banish them, and then you can make someone from the hand. You know what I mean? But yeah, I like running these. I think this is the correct ratio. I've been seeing some builds who are running 3 Ancient Cloak, and I get why, but I don't know. I might run 3. I might try out at 3 because like Ancient Cloak is one of my favorite ones, believe it or not. You know what I mean? Back in the day, before we got like the freaking new ones, the original OG were just these 3 right here. You know what I mean? So, you know. Real ones now. But yeah, that's it for the Phantom Knights. Very standard, very standard, very standard. Now for the adventure package, obviously we're going to run 3 Water Enchantress Temple, and then the 1 Griffin Rider. This package is super good. Honestly, this this does so much. And like the best part about this deck, you summon Cherub Beanie, you will always send her to graveyard. You know what I mean? If you need to send her. This deck is so good, bro. It's crazy how good this deck is. And I'm so happy the adventure stuff is actually cheaper now. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Next, I am running 2 Junk Forward. So, the reason why we're running this over the Kakabusha Knight, for one, if you're going first, you have them in your hand, you can summon them for free. You know what I mean? His condition is have no cards on your field, right? So he's never really like a dead card because like you usually want to go first with the deck anyway. So, and you can like special him and then you can like normal summon him. You know what I mean? Kakamusha Knight, you don't really normal summon too often. So I didn't feel the need to have him in here. I still have him. I might just run both just to say I have both, but I like Junk Forward. He's a good extender. You just summon him to your field, and then you can be like, special, normal summon. You know what I mean? Obviously, you don't want to use his effect because you're going to do the adventure plays after. But, yeah. So, just 2 Junk Forward. And the hand traps, we are just running 3 Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring. This is also a level 3, so you can which will summon out your Junk Forward, then normal summon out your Ash Blossom, but then link away these two into your Cherubini. Like, once you get to your Cherubini, like, stuff is, like, way easier in this deck. So, yeah. That's it for the monsters. Very, very solid monster lineup. Nothing too crazy. When the horror stuff gets here, or when and or if I do, I'll change around a few things in the main deck. You know what I mean? But so far, this is what I'm rocking with. I like this. Very compact, very straightforward. You know what I mean? So, yeah. For spell cards, maining 3 Droplet. I think Droplet is so sick in this deck. Till this day, I still think this is the best deck to play Droplet in, because you don't mind if any of your Phantom Knights are in the graveyard or if your Temple's in the graveyard. You know what I mean? Like, Droplet's best targets are definitely sending any of these like amalgamations. You know what I mean? Especially Water Enchantress. You send this, you know what I mean? So yeah, just three Droplet. I think it's super good this format. Happy's back in the meta. You know what I mean? Obviously, 3 Rite of Amazier, 1 Faithful Adventure, and the 1 Draco back. Bro, they didn't send me my freaking Ultra one. I don't want to talk about it, alright? I'm probably going to have to order a new one, because I'm just like, I don't want to just sit here and look at this common one, you know what I mean? But it is what it is. This is it for the Adventure Engine. You can run this at 2 if you really want to, but I want to see this card. I think this card is super good to just, you know, boom, you know what I mean? So yeah. Now for the 2 ubs, 2 Thrust with the 2 talents. I think these 2 are like the best spell cards this format. You know what I mean? This can search out your right card. You know what I mean? To search out this card, searches out your freaking tactics. It searches out a lot of stuff. It searches out your Foolish Burial and your Rhoda also. You know what I mean? So that's it for the spell. Oh no, sorry. This and this too. You can't search these out, but like, these are it for the spell cards. And this is always live essentially, because like, yeah, you have like a lot of spell cards. You can search out like talents. You can search out your right stuff. You can search out Foolish Burial, which is also the 1 card combo into your Water Enchantress. Rhoda, search out any of your stuff that you do need and whatnot. So yeah, plus Thrust is just really good, bro. Like, it's such a good card. I'm really happy that I do own 2 copies of Thrust, because like, yeah, it saves like a lot of decks, in my opinion. For the traps, very standard. 3 Fog Blade, the 1 Wings, and the 1 Shade Burgundy. And yes, Thrust can search out these 2 also. Don't really need to half the time, but it's like having that extra search for these can be kind of make or break kind of thing, especially your Shade Burgundy. You know what I mean? Like, super good, super good, super good. Plus, it's super cool because, like, hold on, let me read Thrust. Let's see. If your opponent activates monster effect. Oh, then never mind. Yeah. Either way, yeah, you want to search this out too. I was reading. I thought you could like activate it, set it, then activate it. But like, yeah, once you set it off a Thrust, you can't activate it. But it's no big deal. You can still search it out regardless. So yeah. The main deck is a solid 40 cards. Very, very straightforward. I've been playing Phantom Knights for years, so like I think this is a pretty good build and a good ratio. I play the 1 Call By because I don't want to get hit by like the thing is, Droll doesn't stop this deck. It slows it down, but doesn't stop it. A well-timed Ash kind of hurts, but that's about it, though. You know what I mean? Let's go to the extra deck. Extra deck is very, very, very solid, in my opinion. So for the links first, obviously, the 1 Cherubini for the link 2. Masquerain. Come on, bro. The SV Little Knight, baby. Yes, 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 yes. So good. And the last link 2 is the 1 Dark Charmer. I think these are the best link 2s for this deck. Cherubini, get your play started. Also, believe it or not, its send effect, this is a cost. So if you summon this, right, and you activate effect, and you want to send your Enchantress, it sends for cost. So even if they try to imperm this or whatever, doesn't matter. It's gonna send regardless. you just will not get the added effect of boosting. You know what I mean? So you'll keep that in mind. But yeah, I think these are the best Link 2s so far. You know what I mean? Like, player started Ivy Masquerain to go into your SP Little Knight. You know what I mean? And or your Dark Charmer if you need to. But yep. SP Little Knight is such a good card, bro. Shout out Max, bro. He let me borrow this for the profile and whatnot. But yeah, that's it for the Link 2s. For the Link 3s, we're only running 2, which is the one Rusty Bardiche. There's a 3, but I think running as 1 is just fine. And the 1 Unicorn. Because, yes, since we do have the IP Masquerada, your best 2 targets are these 2 right here. So, you can either go into SP Little Knight and then, you know, banish card in the graveyard and then banish 2 cards in the field. You know what I mean? Or Unicorn to discard a Phantom Knight in your hand if you want to, and then spin a card in the field. You know what I mean? So, like, either way, like, the extra deck is very solid in my opinion. That's it for the links. For the X-Seeds, we are running the 1 Levier. I am rocking 2 Breaksword. I think Breaksword is super solid to run it too. And actually, I think it's my favorite, like, X-Seed, like, rank 3. This is the original 2 from the Wing Riders, I think. I remember this card came out. It was like $40 each. Oh my god. This card is so cool, dude. Yeah, so yeah. 2 Breaksword. For more rank 3s, I'm still rocking the 1 Ashura King. I think this card is honestly super sick and kind of slept on. I know a lot of builds don't even run him anymore, but me personally, I like him. You know, having like the fact that I can attack you 3 times, he gets stronger, and he's a monster negate. Super cool, dude. Super cool. So yeah, as it for the rank 3s. For the rank 4s, we are running the 1 Evil Swarm Nightmare, the 1 Time Thief Redoer, and the 1 Dark Rebellion XC Dragon, because summoning out this guy right here, very important in my opinion for the combo and whatnot. If I were to take out one of these, I'd possibly take out the Time Thief Redoer so I can run Zeus in here, because I think Zeus is still pretty good. But I am running the Anti-Zeus. I am running the Typhon. I think this card is sick. Why not play it? You know what I mean? And the best part about Typhon, you know what I mean? The only card it stops in your extra deck is your Dark Requiem Xyz Dragon. Everything else in the extra deck will not be affected by your Typhon. So I think Typhon is really good in here. But again, honestly, I think I am going to take out the Time Thief Redoer for a Zeus, because I do want to have more options to, like, kind of board clear if I can. And that's the most, like, likable card I could think of taking out, because it's either Time Thief Redoer or Nightmare. But I'm pretty sure I'd pick the Redoer because, like, you know, it's Zeus, bro. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's it for the extra deck. Very solid. I would just change that for a Zeus. You know what I mean? Now for the side deck. Side deck is pretty cool. It's kind of, I feel like it can kind of be hit or miss with the side deck for this, but it's what I'm liking so far. So obviously I'm reciting the Bestials, the 1 Baldric, the 1 Druid Swarm, and the 1 Magnamut. Just these 3. I think these 3 are just fine for me in my opinion. Magnamut can search these 2. Druid Swarm, send something to the graveyard, and Baldric is actually my favorite Bestial. And it's cool because he has synergy with stuff in your main deck and extra deck, because you gotta send a different light and or dark monster on your field. So if you have like a Phantom Knight that you don't want to use anymore, you could just send that for your Baldric's effect. You know what I mean? So I think Baldric is like the perfect card in the like side deck. I think it's super cool. So yeah, just Baldric. Obviously 3 Twin Twister, because you do not mind discarding cards in this deck at all, and you do not mind getting hand looped in this deck at all. Comes alright, because like remember, your graveyard is your second hand. You know what I mean? So yeah, just 3 Twin Twister. I am rocking 3 Spellbound. I think this card is very good, and I'm happy it's seeing a lot more play now. This hits everything in the format, everything, especially Purely, bro. Purely and Flunder, bro, because you can't even tribute with this stuff on anymore. So, yeah, just Spellbound, bro. I think this card is super sick, and it's a good side deck card. And the best part is, it's not once per turn. So if you have like 2, you know what I mean? You activate 1 and your opponent negates, you can just, all right, chain another one. You know what I mean? It's like evenly. It's not once per turn. So 3 Spellbound. I'm citing 3 Mistaken Arrest. This could possibly just be Droll. My opinion, I might just put Droll in, but like this is more of a like I don't want you doing anything, period. You know what I mean? Droll, and like half the time for Droll, they'll activate their stuff during their standby phase anyways. So then Droll is never like live, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Droll's always like if you're fighting the branded Chimera deck, they'll start off with opening in the standby phase only. Like they won't just be all right, main phase, activate opening. You know what I mean? So therefore Droll's dead. So at least during your turn, they go standby phase, activate that, and then you can just go, all right, summon a Luber effect to search, and then you go chain Mistaken Arrest. No searches whatsoever, and essentially their turn ends then and there. You know what I mean? Because they won't get Branded Fusion, and even if they summon the Sword Knight or the like Mirror Knight, whatever. Tribute for cost, and then you'll summon out your Berfomet. You won't get anything else. You know what I mean? So I think Mistaken Arrest is actually pretty good. And the last card I am running, 3 Anti-Spell Fragrance, because this hits a lot of decks in this format and a lot of stuff. Also, this hurts Mana Diem too, believe it or not. So you just hit him with the Mistaken Arrest, and essentially that's it, man. Honestly, if I fought against Mana Diem, I would. No joke, side in possibly all of these besides maybe a Twin Twister. Because all of these cards are really good versus Mana Diem. So I think this matchup for versus Mana Diem is not a bad matchup whatsoever. It doesn't really have any board breakers, but like, here's the thing. Like, the main deck itself can break a lot of boards. You know what I mean? And the fact that you're main decking Droplet, you're main decking the right package, and you're main decking Thrust and Talents. You know what I mean? Like, this deck can like out a lot of good boards. So like, the side deck idea for me wasn't to just pick board breakers, but to just pick like, I don't want my opponent to like play at all, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? But anyways, yeah. That's it for the Kamon, man. Hope you guys did enjoy it. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share the video. Let me know what you liked about the video and where I can improve with this deck, because I might take this to locals with me next time I do go, because like, very solid, you know what I mean? But anyways, man, that's it. Have an awesome one. Peace.